Let's code. Okay, let's have a look at the school trip program. So we have our age, which is an integer. And we want someone to input it. Enter age, colon, double brackets. There we go. We all make mistakes. Permission is going to be a string, so we don't need to enter any data type for this. Input, permission slip, yes, no, and one bracket on the end. Let's pop a bracket in there as well. Let's make it look correct. On line number 4, we've got if age is greater than or equal to 13. So you must have to be 13 to go on this trip. And then we're nesting this one. If permission, it does get a little bit more complex, this. You've just got to make sure you do the colons. Equals equals. Yes, we'll do yes in lowercase. And now we're going to print out trip approved. Now this is where it gets a little bit more complex because we've got to go back. So the inner if lines up with this else. So else print, and this is where we get permission missing. And then once we've got permission missing, we're going to have to press enter and then go right back to the edge and do the else for the first if, which is you're too young for the trip. So I'm going to print too young for the trip. It's really important on these that you don't rush the code because the indentation is quite a little bit more complex than we're used to. So don't rush it, get the indentation correct. I'll give you a clue. So if I go take this one back, this is just 2 spaces in on create with code, and this one is 4 spaces in. So the inside ifs are 2 spaces in, the inside prints are 4 spaces in. And you'll see that it marries up nicely when you do each colon correctly. Okay, let's see what happens when we run the code. So if I enter my age, I want to test this on multiple. I'm going to do the exact age that you're supposed to be, which is 13, and permission slip. I'll just put yes. Trip approved. Perfect. So that works. Let's try it again. Let's enter a slightly younger age, 12. Permission slip. Yes. Too young for the trip. So it seems to be working so far. Enter age 15. Permission slip. No. Should say permission missing. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to test this out. I'm going to remove int from this top line. And I just want to see what happens. Let's have a look. And when I press play. Okay. So I've got a bad input on line 1. It knows I've made some kind of mistake. Let's take this bracket off as well and run it again. And just see if it runs. Enter age, because I want to see if it can recognize if it's greater than or equal to 13. 15. Permission. Yes. Trip approved. Okay. Let's try and do it if it's 11. And permission. Yes. Trip approved. So Python does recognize that this here, 13, is an integer. So the input doesn't necessarily need to be an integer, but it is good practice to put this as an integer. What I'm going to do as well, I'm just going to remove one of these equal signs and just see what error I get. Okay, bad input on line 5. So line 5, I know there's a mistake there, and Python hasn't told me directly what it is, but if I do make that mistake, 9 times out of 10, it's either going to be a missing quotation or a missing equals on the double equals. And the program runs. I could develop the program by putting into introduction and extending the strings for each of the outputs. But for now, I'm just going to leave it.